Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday banger. It's time for the Tuesday banger, y'all. That's a lock. It's time for the Tuesday banger, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, though, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out here working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out here with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all, it's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process, and that's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. That's it. I don't want to see y'all have to leave your family, be looking crazy when you got to go put your number in on that payphone and get in contact with somebody that you need to save you, man. Because that's what you're going to need when you get locked up, man. Somebody to save you, man. Because a lot of us get locked up. We don't be having bail money, lawyer money, commissary money, send us to hot plates money. Jail is so expensive. Y'all out here doing these crimes, you're supposed to be able to have your own back, man. Instead, you put all the pressure on your family, the ones that's been telling you to stay out the way. Then you're going to call the friends, the dudes that's been telling you to stay out the way. Then you're going to want stuff from them, man. Y'all got to choose better paths, man. Ain't none of us perfect out here. I wasn't perfect. I went to prison for 16 years, man. But I turned my life around when I got out. I came out and I saw that the land is better than being in there. And that's just all it is, man. If you've never been to jail, I'm letting you know from these stories, and I'm telling you every day, out here is better than in there. Now, if you want to figure out how in there is at 2026, be my guest, man. But for the ones that don't, for the ones that want to change their life around, man, stop what you're doing right now, man. Just stay out the way, man. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all to do. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Tuesday banger. So what I need y'all to do this one. Like, shit, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. What? It's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called He Got Too Comfortable. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation, but we are aware, people. We are in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time. And I'm telling y'all, man, like sometimes, like I know in a lot of these stories that I tell right here, like a lot of people be like, yo, like, why people be so green? Why people be so crazy? Because it's just, it really be people that's so green and so crazy, man, to these people that be trying to get at them, man. And for real, it's always a predator or it's always a freaking psychopath, shake, rally, and roller that's going to be trying to complete his mission on people that's green and people that don't know what's going on, man. Now, if you green, you might as well just stay on the street. Because if you out here on the streets breaking the law and you're going to be green when you get in penitentiary, man, you should never be doing crime in the first place, man. So with that being said, though, we on Sussex 2 for this, y'all. We on Sussex 2. And I can remember being in 2C in the beginning of this one, y'all. And it was crazy because, like, I'm going to tell y'all, man, like, it's always people in penitentiary that's kind of, it's going to run across a couple of them that you might think is a little autistic, a couple of them that you might think is a little slow, a couple of them that you might think that the screws are a little loose in their binds a little bit, man. Like, and I don't know if it's just a thing of being locked up and you just kind of got crazy or you was probably crazy prior. I don't know, man, but all I know is prison has a lot of those dudes in there, man. You know, a lot of them sneak through the cracks and a lot of them be in population. You never really know that they are really super crazy, man, until you really get around them and see crazy things happening, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people like that in there, and I promise y'all, man, I was in 2C and there was a dude in there, man, and we're going to call him John, man. Now, before I get to John, I was actually cool with John, cousin, man. We're going to call him Mike. Now, Mike was all right. I ain't going to say where Mike or John was from. But at the end of the day, man, like Mike had really cared about his cousin. And the reason why I say that is because John came in the block after Mike. Mike came from another compound. John came from another compound. But you know, we was already up there from Deep Metals. Like, we filled up the top tier majority of the joint, and they was just bringing people in from all over the place in Virginia. So our block was just a bunch of different people. So Mike came in, you know, he wasn't from Norfolk or nothing like that, but me and him, I got cool. Me and him, I got cool for the most part, man. And me and him used to kick it. I think because we was around the same age, you know what I mean? Used to do some of the same things, gamble, rap, do some of the same stuff. So me and him kind of was in the same little circle running around, even though we weren't from the same city, but we were still cool. Now, when I had met Mike, Mike was one of those dudes that I saw that he didn't really like. He won't on no like Debo and like cause trying to push stuff, but Mike wasn't no little dude. Mike was one of those dudes that was like my height, but you could tell wherever the camp he was came from, he was working out crazy because he came back like with a nice little size to him, man. So Mike really ain't tore around. And we used to gamble, like dudes ain't really play with him like that. Like Mike was a good dude though. Like he ain't really push nothing to nobody. But we saw another side of Mike, man, when his cousin John finally moved in the block. Now, when his cousin John finally moved in the block, man, it made things a little different for Mike. And I say that because when John came in the block, man, like he just started doing all type of off the wall activities, man. And that's why I say like a lot of dudes, you might be like, yo, they a couple screws loose, man, like something going on. Because when John moved in our block, off the rip, he come in there, he see his big cousin, which was Mike. He see him, he embraced him. Now I'm giving John probably like my age at the most. Now, me and Mike was around the same age, but Mike had me like about 2 years or something like that. So I say he a little older than me, but we were still around the same age bracket. But he definitely was older than his little cousin. His little cousin, John was like my age or younger. You know what I mean? But you could just tell, like he come in, he was a light-skinned dude, kind of like maybe about my height, a little shorter, slim dude, real slim dude, had the good waves, you know what I mean? Like, but he just was into everything, man, except a casket, man. I'm letting y'all know now, man, this man used to be into everything, man. I'm talking about as soon as he moved in the block and he met his big cousin and got with his big cousin, like he was happy for that moment. I saw Mike's face. Mike was happy for that moment before Mike can even introduce us to this guy that was supposed to be his family member, man. I promise you, man, this man comes straight in the block. He comes straight in the block. This on everything. He comes straight in the block. They move him in cell 36. So it's 34 where I was at in the corner where my cell is at. I'm still in 34 at this time, by the way, but it's 34 cell. Then it's the breezeway where I say we be messing with the Lala at. Then it's the showers. And the showers, after the 3 showers are gone, it's cell 35 through 44. Now they moved the dude John inside cell 36. John goes straight in the cell. It was this dude in there from Richmond. Kind of big fat dude a little bit, older dude a little bit. John goes straight in the joint. As soon as he get in there, I don't know what he said to the dude or whatever he did to the dude. All we saw is the dude kind of like getting ready to chase him. He tried to grab John. John jumped off the top tier. Man, I promise you, man, this man leaped off the top tier. Not like, you know, dude, I done seen dudes get into it and like try to, like, you know what I mean? Like they'll run on the steps and like get away from dudes who got the hammer or something, and they'll chase them. Then they see them coming up the steps, they'll just hang down and drop themselves down from the top tier, which is not a far, super duper long jump. But if you're looking at the railing, you know what I mean? Then that makes it higher. That makes the jump higher. Man, I promise you, man, this man ran and leaped off the top tier. He leaped off the top. When he landed, he hit his knee. Boom, he hit his knee. He stumbled a little bit. You know how dudes kind of do the little flip stumble. He do the little flip stumble. He got up and he ran to the front of the joint. So when Mike said, Mike, like, yo, what you doing? What you doing, man? So I'm looking like, yo, man, this dude's Spider-Man. This man just jumped. I seen him in the air. He was like this. He had like a human bat in the air, man. That's my word. That man was in the air. He was in the air. He hit the ground. Boom. Mike, yo, what's wrong with you, bro? What you got going on, bro? He like, man, that dude chasing me, man. Dude, chasing like who? So he pointed at the Richmond dude. Richmond dude was like, man, he come straight in here, man, and grab my toothpaste and start brushing his teeth. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, man. This man ain't introduced himself or nothing. This man came straight and grabbed my toothpaste. Like, he's like, man, what's wrong with you? What you got going on, cuz? He was like, man, I needed some toothpaste, cuz. He was like, why you ain't ask me? He was like, cuz I ain't know. So Mike was like, man, move over there. So Mike moved him over there. Mike pulled up on the Richmond dude, said something to him. I don't know what Mike said to him. Richmond dude kind of brushed it off. Before you know it, Richmond dude going to the office to get a request form or something. So while he was at the office, he filling the paperwork out for wherever he filling the paperwork out for. And then he handed it to the lady in the booth. Then the sergeant came in and jumped. So the sergeant came in, everybody was like, police come in, sergeant come in. You see the dude from Richmond going to holler at the sergeant. And the sergeant dude, after he finished hollering at the dude, John roommate, he called John in the office. He talked to John for a second. He talked to John for a little second. John moved in cell 15, you know what I mean, with another dude, and that was that, you know what I mean? But I felt the dude from Richmond, though, like off the rip, you come straight into my cell and grab my toothpaste? Man, that was out of control, y'all, so boom. So that was like stunt number one. of John incidents, man. John shenanigans, man. That was stunt number one. But at the end of the day, like when I had talked to Mike finally, like right after that incident, once everything had cooled down a little bit, and me and Mike had a conversation, like he basically broke down like, oh, Weezy, look, man, they be saying he's straight, but he kind of slow, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, bro, listen, he was really like that, bro. They got places for him, like Eastern State. Like, people know about that in Virginia. Like, that's one of those spots that they send people like that to. So I'm like, yo, bro, if he was really like that, that's what he would be. He wouldn't be in population with us. He's like, I'm telling you, like, he good. I was like, so you telling me when he was in school back in the day, he was in the slow class? He was like, I mean, in and out that joint. I said, so he rode the small bus? He was like, he had before. So when he said that, I'm like, yo, it's crazy, but it's wild though, because I done went to elementary with kids, I mean, that rode the small bus, and then next thing you know, we in high school, they not in that no more. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you outgrow it. I don't know if it's all the way in your bloodline forever. I don't know. All I know is, man, Mike was saying basically like, yo, that's why he's in prison with us, because he's good. You know what I mean? But he was like, he's still kind of slow. So when he told me that, I knew that. I could tell the way he went in there and messed with a man toothpaste and jumped off the top tier. You were definitely a maniac. So like I already had believed what Mike was saying. So Mike was like, man, for real though, man. He was like, this junk crazy, man. He was like, because like I was hoping, man, when they say he had got locked up, I was hoping they didn't bring him around me, Weezy, man, because he was like for real, bro, he gonna get me into something, man. I'm telling you, man. He was like, because I can't let nobody take advantage of him. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, bro. I was like, bro, listen, bro, you about to go to the crib, because Mike was about to go to the crib. I was like, look, bro, you up for transfer? You know what I mean? Ain't no need to, you know what I mean? He was like, man, it don't matter. Like off the top, when Mike got the success too, like all he used to tell me about is how he trying to get to a lower level for he can get back to where the weights was at, because they got him off Augusta. I think that's where he came from, and they had weights. So he was like, he was trying to get back to another spot that had weights. He knew Greensville had weights. He knew Lawrenceville didn't have weights, but he said he was trying to get to a level 2, which all the level 2s majority have weights. So he was like, man, I'm just chilling, man. I'm about to go to the crib. He was going to the crib. So he had done his little bid. He was like, bro, I wish they wouldn't have moved him over here. So I'm like, man, bro, like he might be all right, man. You just got to deal with it. So I'll say for the first couple weeks of John being in the block, like he was like regular. Like I say, he'll be a regular person, then it'll just be some BS or just be something different. Like, but he's moving regular. He's not on it like how y'all think. Like he just super like nah. He just went in there and did some burnt out stuff to his first roommate, and then had to run for his life. And that's why he jumped off that top tier like a psycho. You know what I mean? But now he's back moving regular. But you can tell from the conversations that you would have with John that he, you know what I mean? It may be a couple of screws loose, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, but we all sitting in front of the TV, and this is around the time where LeBron James had just get ready to come to the league. You know what I mean? Like, but he was still in high school. I remember seeing the game, y'all, man. This is my word. I seen the game. And we was watching the high school game when he was playing for the Cleveland team for high school. And we watched it on ESPN. This man came up out of nowhere, walked up out of nowhere and say, man, watch out, man. I'm trying to see the TV, man. Watch out, man. I'm trying to see Michael Jordan. I'm trying to see. So everybody look back like, so he's standing on the bench. He like, man, I'm trying to see Michael Jordan, man. I'm trying to see Michael Jordan. So everybody turn around. I'm like, yo, bro, get your cousin, bro. So Mike turned around, Mike like, man, sit down, man. What you doing, man? He was like, man, I'm gonna sit down, cuz. But everybody want me to watch Michael Jordan. I'm trying to see Michael Jordan. They was like, man, that's not Michael Jordan, man. What are you talking about? He was like, he's wearing number 23. Like, so what, man? There's other people in the NBA, man, that got number 23, man. What you talking about? He was like, man, cuz you wrong, cuz. Everybody was like, yo, that's not no Michael Jordan, man. His name LeBron James, man. So he sat there, he was like, oh, y'all wrong. Ha, 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 ha. He started laughing all stupid. He was like, oh, y'all wrong. Ha, 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 ha. So I'm like, man, bro, super burnt out game. Also, boom. That man called LeBron James Michael Jordan. That was out of control. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man, but that was some of the crazy stuff he used to do, man. So like, through his time just in the block, like he just, you know, he would do outbursts, something crazy sometime, you know what I mean? And that would be that, man. But like, for real, like, he just was like, kind of like regular for a long time. And it won't be no BS. It won't be nothing that you'll be like, yo, like, man, this man, something wrong with this man. Apparently his roommate was getting along with him, so it won't nothing. So the time finally came, man. The time finally came when they called Mike to get transferred. Now, when they called Mike to get transferred, man, I was the only one, and then maybe the dudes from their city, you know what I mean? And weren't a lot of dudes from their city in there at that moment. They are on the compound, but not really in our block like that. It was probably 3-4 of them at the most. But like, when Mike got called for transfer, man, like, I knew for a fact, like somebody gonna end up pounding dude, somebody gonna end up beating dude up. his cousin JoJo, his cousin John, man. Like somebody gonna beat him up because there's no way in the world he just gonna be doing stuff now. Granted, he hasn't been doing a lot of stuff. He hasn't been doing a lot of burnt out stuff. But like sometimes he'll be on his burnt out stuff, man. Like you definitely can't give him no la-la. You know what I mean? One time his roommate gave him some la-la. This man came out in the pod and just was looking like he was sleeping, standing up. This man was in the pod like this. Mike pulled up on him. Mike was like, man, what you doing, bro? He was like, I'm good, cuz. Mike was like, man, open your eyes, man. He was like, I can't. He was like, what you mean you can't open your eyes? He was like, I can't open my eyes. I was messing with the la-la, cuz. Mike was like, man, stop playing, man. Open your eyes up, man. He was like, I can't. This man was standing there with his eyes closed for like 5 minutes before he opened his eyes up, man. Like, the la-la wasn't for him. The la-la definitely wasn't for him, man. But at the end of the day, man, like I already knew he was gonna miss his cousin Mike because even if you crazy or not, man, you already know that your cousin had your back. Your cousin gonna help you out of situations, and that's what it's gonna be. Now, I felt like Mike was gonna come to me with some old, like, you know what I mean? Like, look, Weezy, da-da-da-da. And I don't know how I was gonna answer that because I couldn't be who he was. Like, that'll make my bed hard, man. Like, I got why he was doing what he was doing. That's his family. He's supposed to, but I can't take his place in that junk like that, y'all. So boom. So I was just hoping that wasn't what he was gonna say after he packed his stuff up. But when he packed his stuff up, he came straight to my cell. He had his little he had the little outfit on he wear right before you get transferred, which was some old burgundies. He got the Bobos on. He come upstairs to my cell. He was like, Weezy, man, holler at y'all. Like, what's up? He was like, man, look, Weezy, man, I don't ask for much. When he said that, I already knew what was coming. Pause. I already knew what he was about to say. He was like, Weezy, look, man, I don't ask for much, but man, don't let nobody mess with my cousin, man. Like, cause for real, bro, them dudes from my highway, they don't care about him, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't rock with him like that, man. Like, for real, Weezy, man, you know he kind of like, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, I might say something to him, but if he don't, like, show signs of, like, listening, he was like, bro, I mean, like, he might listen because he know he was my guy. I'm like, bro, but if he don't show signs of listening, I'm letting you know I'm falling back. You know what I mean? I'm falling back, bro. I can't play your role, bro. The role you was playing for him, I get it. But I was like, I can't play that role, bro. He was like, man, I respect that, man. He was like, I was just, you know, somebody that I deal with, you know, I know, you know what I mean? I was like, bro, listen, like, you know, like if it's crazy, then yeah, I'll try to, you know, what I can. But at the end of the day, bro, I'm trying to go home too, my guy. I was like, I know I just got locked up, but I'm trying to hit the land too, bro. So boom. Bro understood where I was coming from. It wasn't no, you know what I mean, no back and forth about that because it was real talk. It was real talk, man. So the next day came, bro was out of there. That day before, he spent the whole day talking to his cousin, man. His cousin didn't look sad. He didn't look sad that Mike was about to, you'll think he'll look sad that Mike was about to leave, man. The man didn't look sad, man. So Mike was out of there, man. Mike get transferred, man. Man, I guarantee you, man, as soon as Mike got transferred, man, the first week of this guy being without his cousin, man, I promise you, man, store day came. And then people pass out the commissary. After the commissary was passed out, we all in the pod, everybody chilling, you know what I mean? Everybody that jump minding their own business. I look up, I see these dudes, you know what I mean? One of them was like one of the first red team dudes. It was him, his man, and another guy. They all standing over in the corner, like huddled up, kind of like, you know what I mean? Like just being in prison as long as I've been in prison, which wasn't a long time at this time right here in the store. Still though, I feel like I'm a little young veteran. So like I know how stuff look when stuff is starting to look crazy. So I look and I seen the three dudes and I see how they was kind of like huddled up and talking, and like one of them was like kind of looking aggressive, you know what I mean? So I ain't paying no mind even though I saw it. So when I went upstairs and came back, y'all know I'm in 34, I can't see nothing. So when I come back downstairs finally, and I walk over to the sink and I got my little hot water, I got my little bowl trying to put some hot water in it. I walk over to the joint with my bowl, I look, I just see the dudes, like the same dude I was looking at, he coming straight towards me. And I don't know, like it looked like he was coming towards me. So I'm at the sink and I'm looking at him like, he's looking at me, I'm looking at him. But when he get closer, he just bypassed me. He bypassed me. So I'm like, so the dude who it is, like he wasn't, I don't know if he was red team or not right there, because red team wasn't like a lot of people yet, you know what I mean, on Success 2. But I was thinking he was coming like I'm looking. So when he walked past me, I'm like, I turn around the other way and look. When I turn around this way and look, that's when I seen that the other dudes he was talking to, they had the nigga JoJo standing right there by cell 5. So they right there talking to him. So I was about to move from the water jump, but I just turned around just if I can get a better view. And the dude that walked past me, I seen him walk over there to where John was at. So the cell they standing in front of us is man's cell. So he like, yo, man, where my fucking shit at, John, man? John was like, man, look, my peoples ain't send me the money. What you want me to do? My peoples ain't send me the money, man. So he like, man, look, man, you fucking came and got my shit. and I told you I don't play about my money, and you still gonna fuck up with my money, bro. He was like, man, look, what you want me to do? I ain't got it. What you want me to do? I ain't got it. Dude was like, you ain't got it. He was like, yeah, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. This word pushed him in the cell. Boom. It pushed the nigga in the cell. When I seen that, I was like, and I stopped myself. I was like, shh. I was like, man, hold on, man. They stay in the cell. I hear a pop. Once I heard the scuffling, I was like, my homeboy see me walk. I was like, bro, come on here with me, bro. He's like, what's up? I'm like, come here, bro. We walk to the door. I'm like, I look. I see the dude who walked past me. I say, yo, bro. I said, man, come on, bro. Y'all gonna bank him, bro? He was like, man, you ain't got nothing to do with this Weezy, man. I said, bro, listen, bro. How much the man owe you, man? He was like, he owe me $15. I said, bro, y'all gonna bank the man over $15, man? He was like, Weezy, man, the man came and got my stuff and just bucked on me, man. What you want me to do? I said, bro, look, I'm gonna give you $15, bro. I said, let him out, man. Come on, man. I look, that's where they got him in the corner. Dude got him like this, like, he looking at his homeboy like, give me the word. Give me the word. Give me the word. I'll punch him in his face again. I see John on his knees like, he looking super scared. He like, man, get him up, man. I said, man, he said, man, you lucky Weezy saved you, man. I said, man, look, bro, you know I mess with his cousin, man. But I know Weezy, but his cousin ain't here. This man borrowed money and bucked on me, man. You already know the cousin. I said, yeah, definitely, man. I said, I said, you finished, man? Y'all got it, man. He was like, yeah, man. I said, man, come on, man. He was getting ready to stand up. He got up. He came past me at the door. I was like, smacked him back of his goddamn head, y'all. So boom. He walked out. He was like, why you smacking Weezy? I was like, bro, what you mean, man? I said, bro, listen, one thing about it, that's my last time doing that. I'm letting you know now. That's my last time doing that. You in this junk owing people money, bro. That's my last time doing that, man. I'm letting you know now. He was like, man, all right. But like I said, he ain't on it. Like, he ain't super crazy. He was like, all right. I went upstairs, got bro money, and that beef was squashed. Man. And since then, bro was staying out the way. He was staying out the way. He stayed out the way for like a couple weeks. Couple weeks go by, man. This man get into it with some dude on the boulevard. The dude on the boulevard scratched him. Everybody come back telling me, Weezy, man, say word, somebody knocked John out on the boulevard. I'm like, what? Like, bro, he knocked him out. Sleep. Adios, amigo. He's out of there. Reba Dirty. I said, man, get out of here, man. They said, man, he's out of there, man. I was like, oh, man, this word. They come in, pack his stuff up. He's out of there. He's out of there, man. Like, to see him leave, I felt a little relief, to be honest with y'all, man, because I didn't want that responsibility of this dude. Like, he's crazy, he's not crazy. I don't know which one it is, man. All I know is he's green and he does stupid things, man. So, you know, I was happy to see him leave. Man. Fast forward the tape, man. After I got out the hole from the Dirty Young game, now they put me in 4D. I go in 4D. Guess who in 4D, man? This psychopath. This psychopath is in 4D, man. You know what I mean? So when I get in 4D, they said he had just got out the hole probably 2 weeks ago from getting out the hole from another time when he was in the hole before me. This man was staying in the hole, so now he's up there. When he see me, he was happy. Hey, Weezy, what's up, Weezy? I'm like, what's good? You all right? You talk to your cousin? He was like, nah, I ain't talk to him. I said, what you been doing? You been chilling? He was like, yeah, I've been chilling, man. I said, who you in the cell with? He was, I'm in the cell with the white dude right there. I'm like, why? He was like, but he don't want me in there. I was like, why? He was like, man, cuz, man, he just say, like, I just be doing too much and he don't feel safe with me in the cell. So I'm like, man, you might gotta handle that. Like, I just got out the whole, like, I don't got a whole conversation for this. So I'm like, all right, man, you know what I mean? I just left him alone, got my stuff together, and that was that. You know what I mean? So while I'm in the pod, I'm chilling. Like, it was crazy. Like, I'm just moving around, I'm trying to see who in there. I ain't really trying to, like, talk to everybody. I'm just, you know, just got my stuff together. A couple dudes in there from the town, a lot of dudes in there from the town, seeing what's going on. And then I looked up, and I seen John talking to this bald head dude. You know what I mean? Now, the bald head dude John was talking to, at first, I didn't know he was a psycho. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even scan it. But, like, to see somebody like John that's kind of, like, having a sensible conversation, like, it's not looking suspect. It just looked different, like, you know what I mean? Because he's always into something else, and nobody's really, like, I never seen nobody really take the time to be like, hey, John, what's going on? Like, you know, nobody but his cousin. You know what I mean? So, like, when I seen dude talking to him, I ain't paying no mind. I didn't pay no mind at first. I come downstairs, holler at my homeboy, did a couple of things, ran and hopped on the phone, chilled for a second, hollered at my man. My man had the la call me in the cell. We messed with the la for a second. I come down the steps and I see that he's sitting all the way in the back with the dude now. You know what I mean? So they talking. So I still don't say nothing. Lady called standby for child. We left out to go on the boulevard. We get to the boulevard. I looked up and I seen the dude he was talking to. Now, the dude he was talking to, we're going to call him Big Sean. Now, Big Sean, kind of diesel dude, bald head dude, had the Ross beard. You know what I mean? He looked a little intimidating. I didn't really know him like that. You know what I mean? But I seen him on the compound. I didn't know his background. I didn't know nothing like that because this is still early in Sus's days. But when I looked up, we was coming down the boulevard, he's at the watch office talking to the sergeant dude. He like this. He had a conversation. He like, and like, you know, me being shocked like I am, seeing him talk to the sergeant after having a long conversation with the nigga John. I'm coming down the boulevard like this, y'all. I'm like, I see it. My homeboy talking to me, but I'm watching the dude. I'm watching the nigga Big Sean talk to the sergeant by the watch office. My homeboy trying to talk to me. I'm like, listen, like,
get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement.